Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for the support. So I came across a video on social media and they were basically playing Andre Steven. It seemed like he was addressing a blogger that had something to say about what Auntie Claudette is going through. And when I was listening to him, he was referring to the person as Jezebel, drunk crow, all the colorful, wonderful words that we Jamaican use to describe persons when we accost them. So he was using every single one that you can think about, cesspool, every single one. So I was like, whoa. So I was wondering what the person said. So I went and I searched and I came across and I was like, geez, because you see what I realize, persons on social media, we have some bloggers, it's like they believe that, oh, that is not for me. Sickness is not for me. And because they think that they are untouchable, you realize them not have no sympathy, no empathy, them not have nothing like that. It's like they don't even have a heart in the first place. And you have to wonder why someone will come and say all sorts of things about another person who is going through their struggle, someone who lose a loved one. Why are you going to say that? And you just have to, you realize, say, yo, we have some wicked people in this world. We have some cold people, some cold-hearted individuals in this world. And what I realize is that persons on social media want someone is associated to a particular person in any way, shape, or form, even if the person just used to talk to them, work for them, or something, hey, they're going to drag it. They're going to drag that person. Once they're associated with one person, that is what they're going to do. And I hope people, I really hope and pray that these persons, they will never ever go through hard times. I hope that them not have no sickness to encounter. I hope that they will never lose a loved one. And especially like this lady lost her mother and her daughter. I just hope something like that never reach them none at all. Because then them are going to get a understanding of what the lady was going through. You see, here in Jamaica, one funeral can cost up to $1 million. With ease, and I'm talking about just the funeral package. If you want to go to Medaris, Dovecut, you're looking at about roughly 100 and something just for the spot right there. When you think about the coffin, you're thinking about maybe about 300, 400,000. When you think about the other expenses that come with it, I will eat more. Because you're going to pay for the box, but guess what? You have to pay for the other arrangement. You have to pay for the funeral program. You have to pay for the storage of the body. You have to pay for autopsy if you have to do that. And everything. And it's not a pretty penny. So I know for sure that this lady, she's looking at, especially with her daughter, the way how the daughter basically lost her life, she's looking at roughly about 1.5 million just for the daughter alone. Because if I was her, would have to do a private autopsy. That's one thing for sure. So roughly 1.5 million Jamaican dollar just for the daughter alone, and maybe for the mother another 800. So when you think about it, the expense just to have the funeral, the arrangement, you're looking at roughly over $3 million right there. So with ease. Because them are going to want the setup, them are going to want the night, them are going to want all of them like something there. You have to go buy food to feed the people them who are going to come at the funeral and so forth. Even if people donate, what people going to donate is not going to be enough. And then you have to think about the fact that, hey, a baby is involved. A baby is involved. So you have to make sure you say, all right then, mother gone, everything. As much as if you get all of this, you have to make sure you say the medical expense to take that child to pediatrician, everything. You have to have something put aside for that also. So When I think, I'm like, no, they don't understand. And this is what I would want for persons overseas to understand. You see, when uno the overseas and look pan Jamaica, uno na see the real picture, like when we will live here, I see. Uno na understand the struggles where people will live at Jamaica have to go through. Uno na understand our deplorable health care facilities that we have here in Jamaica. Because me say to my family more than once, if them realize me I got dead, no carry me a certain hospital, no carry me a Spanish Town hospital, no carry me a KPH. If you not go carry me, better no bet me turn me yard. That is how serious it is. Because with these facilities, you go in, but guess what? It's just the basic. Some of the doctors look at. They just look at the basic. Them not do due diligence in terms of providing you with the proper health care that you deserve. They just, oh, you're either at you, all right, let me prescribe some Panadine, and that's it. Then now I go say, okay, let me send you go do an MRI, one CT scan to see what is going on in the brain. Them not think about them things there. And even if they do, you're going to realize that you have to go fork out money if you go do that CT, scan that MRI. Because them facility they don't exist in the public health facilities. And right now, we are on the edge. We're going into a general election. And I really want to see what the people them are going to do. Because when you think about it, it's sad. You hear people complain about Children's Hospital, Jubilee, KPH, Spanish Town, everywhere. Every one of them you hear people complain about. And the weirdest thing is that a lot of these doctors that work in the public facilities, they operate their private practice. And you see, when you got a private practice, you get first class health care. When me say first class, me mean first class. Because I go to a particular doctor and that doctor work in the public sector. And guess what? Operate the private. And when you got the private, you have to wonder what happened, because they don't have the resources that they need, in the public facilities. Because when you think about something like a syringe, something like gloves, something like apron, something like disposable diaper, you have to wonder. Because I remember some time ago someone reached out to say that they were going to do a procedure and they get a list of the stuff that they're supposed to take to the hospital. I'm like, what is this? When you look, you see, I said, so the hospital not give you nothing. Nothing. They don't give. So you have to make sure, so when you go in, you go with your things them disposable when them supposed to they not have them thing there. So people overseas, they see the paradise Jamaica. They don't understand the struggle where people have to go through out here. They don't understand our healthcare facility. They don't understand the people still continue to go to the public facilities because them can't do no better. Them not have no money. And for you to get the private healthcare, you have to have a strong insurance. You have to have a very good insurance for you to afford it. So you see, any day people can really and truly understand the cost of living here in Jamaica, then what a lot of them say about what too expensive from what too not expensive, they wouldn't say it in the first place. They would not say it. But people, it is just how sad social media is. Social media is full of some cold-hearted individuals, no empathy, no sympathy, nothing them not have when they think about others. All they think about is themselves, forget them views. So if it means you're going to drag someone who is mourning in the mud, drag them because may I get my views. That is how they think about.
There is a harlot. And you know what a harlot is. There is a harlot on social media seeking relevance out of the death of Claudette's daughter and mother. I will say to that harlot, I will say to that spirit of Jezebel, I will say to that harlot, And I will say to that woman, not that creature that walks with the spirit of Jezebel, you might attempt you might have gotten away with it and troll other platforms, harlot and Jezebel. But I will say to you, harlot, I will say to you, Jezebel, wrong person you're coming after. Wrong person you're coming after. Let the woman mourn her. Let the woman mourn her daughter. Let the woman mourn her mother. You come at the wrong gate, you come at the wrong address. I have pitbull, I have shih tzu. I have Doberman. I have mongrel. And if I say attack, they will unleash on you. Leave Claudette alone and let she mourn. Jezebel, I'm not going to even call your name here. I'm not going to give you that relevance. Because what you want is relevance to troll like how you troll others. And others ignore you for years. And I am going to say to you, wrong gate, wrong address. And if you continue, I want to say to you, harlot, if you continue, I want to say witch, because you operate in witchdom. Attacking it from a spiritual perspective, Attacking everything in the Bible that speaks to a dark woman, a nasty woman. So therefore, you're getting the alignment of all the names from biblical reference. Jezebel. I'm not even going to call you Delilah because you have no beauty. Your beauty is like a witch, dried up. When you look at you, you're dried up, you're unhappy, you're bitter, filled with vitriol, filled with hate. When you look at you, you look like something. And anybody wants to be misogynistic tonight. It's not misogynistic. People must know them place and time. And the utterances you have made. You operate as a Jezebel, walking as a harlot. And you're operating in witchdom. You have no soul. You are lifeless. You are empty. You're parasitic. You try to find your next victim so you can troll them to get relevance. And I am saying to you, cockroach. I am saying to you, Tootsie. I am saying to you, drunker and vulture. I'm saying to you, you nasty leopard, you snake-like character. Wrong address. I never needed to come and tell you or call your name cockroach. The whole of social media know that you're a literal cockroach. And you're not just a cockroach, you're a teenager. You fester in a people's life And when you just open, you're like, but I'm going to say, I have a pyro for you, you know. I have a pyro for you, nasty, dirty teenager, grasmite vampire. Let me talk tonight, Jamaica. And as what Uncle Derek say, you're like a crowbait. You're of no relevance and of no moment. Anyone, Jamaica, see somebody mourning the death. And it's not as though Claudette just mourning one death. She's mourning two. And you're lifeless and empty, filled with bitterness that you don't understand emotional intelligence. You don't understand compassion. You are so insensitive that everything you do, you try to sully people's name. You're not going to be able to do it to anyone who have a partner draw TV. And the only reason why you're doing it is because Claudette had an affiliation with Donna. And because you have that hatred for Donna, you decide, say, you're going to attack Claudette because she was an affiliate to Donna. You have no emotional intelligence to know when to stop, when to shut up, and when to keep your mouth. You're coming like a maggot. You're coming like a maggot. There is nothing good aligned or associated with you. You're like an imbecile. So because of the hatred of Auntie Donna, you decide now, oh, it's time to go after Claudette. You're like a cancer. You're parasitic. You're like a mange. So you could go even further. You could do anything you want to do and talk what you want to talk. But your character reminds me of the cesspool. The shit water all about. That is what your life and your character is like. I don't need to call your name. I don't need to carry to your level. But I can tell you, Dranko, Grasmite, Jezebel, Harlot, your day is coming. Your day is coming. And do you think I'm going to do like others do? Don't worry yourself. You are going to see how we deal with you. You are going to see how we deal with you. God and time. God and time go and fix your business. God and time. So where you come from, send it back. Send it back. Back to the sender. We're sending you back into your cave. We're sending you back into your dark hole so that you can go find somebody else. And you know, we're going to neuter your spirit. And everyone who is a spiritual person, we're going to rise up those names in prayer and let God fix them. Yeah.